Winning is the best revenge, folks. Hello, Turning Point. How does it feel to win and take our country back? Look, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. It's one of my favorite quotes, and I want to share some stories with you guys about how I found myself here as a radical, Ron Paul-loving freedom warrior. I heard Nicole Shanahan mention Ron Paul. I perked my ears off. It's just great. It's a Ron Paul party. About a year ago, many of you heard this story. I get a phone call. Tyler Boyer and Charlie Kirk are reaching out, and they say, Cliff, we need your help in Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania is my home state. It's where I'm from. My whole family is from Delaware County. And they said, we are analyzing all of these swing states that have these new sets of rules. And a lot of them now allow for this chasing. Some of them it's harvesting. And we want to figure out how we can get you to take all of your apparatus of door knocking and go back to your home state and try to pull off the impossible, winning Pennsylvania. And Charlie said, look, we're gonna go all out in Arizona. We're gonna go all out in Wisconsin. They've got staff in all the swing states. But we need someone to come in. Scott Pressler is rocking the registration. We want you guys to come in and be that double whammy to help us put her over the top. And he said, look, it's gonna be tough. And I asked Charlie a couple things. Talking to him and Tyler, I said, are we gonna have an issue where there's gonna be all these silos? And we were gonna be doing different things than the RNC or than the Trump campaign or these other groups. And ladies and gentlemen, the most beautiful thing about 2024 is that every America First organization came together. We sang from the same song sheet, and that's what leadership does, and that's how you come up with victory. Now, I want to share with you kind of the culture of what I see, at least the journey I went through when it comes to mail-in ballots. Okay, so for CNN out there, if they're listening, they made a lot of fun of me. They said, Trump's PA mail-in ballot guy says, quote, I hate mail-in ballots. Well, I do. I'm not here to say that I love them. We're not spokesmen. But the thing that Charlie has taught so many of us is it's not about liking the rules. It's adapting and winning based on the current set of rules. So in 2020, we all said the same thing. Let's vote on Election Day. It's the most secure way to vote. 2021, we all said, well, maybe the courts will fix it, please. No. 2022, at least in Pennsylvania, we were hoping the legislature would fix it. Not a chance. We lost our state house in 2022. So in 2023, we all get punched in the face. A lot of these elections specific to Pennsylvania, it was a bloodbath. And we all looked in the mirror and said, what are we going to do? And so after talking to Charlie and walking through these different things and agreeing, we launched the PA Chase. We said we'd go out and knock 500,000 doors across Pennsylvania in targeted areas. And we set a goal that I got a lot of pushback for. And the Democrats laughed at me. They're not laughing now, I'll tell you that. But they laughed at me because a lot of the political consulting class, and Charlie and Tyler talk a lot about this, they talk about effort. They talk about activity. They don't talk about measurable results. And so we looked at the numbers and said, do we care about the percentage that we get when it comes to mail-in vote? Do we care about the raw amount of votes that we can get for Trump? And always comparing that to 2020, the last time that he was on the ballot. And so the PA Chase set out, and we went bold, because Republicans in Pennsylvania have averaged 20% of the mail-in share. Think about that, folks. You go into the election, you're down 60 percentage points. It's 20 to 80 going in. And so we said, if we can take that 20% average and increase Trump's share of mail-in vote versus Harris to 33%, we would have a resounding victory. Well, folks, we knocked 510,000 doors. Trump received 34.5% of the mail-in vote, and we delivered Pennsylvania. Now, many of you I'll take this nickname. I'm now the live stream guy. From election night, Charlie called me and said, I need you on. It's going to come down to Pennsylvania. A couple of the folks that watch the live stream. They said, Charlie, you got to come on. We want to talk Pennsylvania. Georgia and North Carolina are going to hit. And if you pull off Pennsylvania, that's going to be the election. Right, I won't say Charlie was mad, but you guys are out here on, I guess this is Arizona time. You've got your own thing out here. But we knew PA was going to hit when those polls closed. And here was the best part about doing what we did on the ground. People ask me, how did you guys have such great analysis on election night? Because we were living and breathing the data at the door. Every door that you knock on, you're capturing data. And I know the thousands of people in this room, so many of you helped out chasing ballots in the swing states throughout the country. Every door you're knocking on, you're hitting a piece of data. So the pundits and the mainstream media, they're watching what the Secretary of State puts out, not us. We've got all the data to know where the counties should be, what the total should be. How does that extrapolate out over these counties to see what we can project? We wanted to call it, Charlie wouldn't let me, but we wanted to call it about 90 minutes before Fox and the others came out. But I want to explain this situation. So I'm sitting in our little headquarters in Harrisburg, PA. I've got a desk, a little tripod, and there's a door here. And on the other side of the door is kind of our war room. We've got about 15 or 16 staff that are just analyzing all the numbers on election night and getting things organized. Well, I was muted, luckily, and they come barreling through the door. It's like 8 of them. They're like, Fox called it. Tell Charlie, announce it. Fox called it. And so I'm trying to talk, and eventually I just cut Charlie off, and I just said, guys, Fox News has decided that Donald Trump has won Pennsylvania and is now the president of the United States. And the reason they're now calling me the Al Michaels of political commentary is because I was remote, okay? The rest of the crew, they were all in studio. And so Charlie has his moment, doesn't have any words. Erica comes running in. Many of you have seen this clip many times. I think it's been seen about 400 million times across the different platforms. And that's when I just said, you know what, I'm not there. These guys are all, there for Charlie. So I will chime in. But I just want to share with everybody how cool of an experience it is to be able to go back to your home state, to join a team and partner with an organization like Turning Point. Okay, folks that have been over the target for years, they revolutionized the RNC when no one else wanted to fix that problem. Charlie identifies issues, and instead of complaining about it, instead of just saying, oh, well, he goes out, raises the money, builds a plan, and his team executes it. The left right now is so worried about where they go. And what do they stand for? What is their new voting bloc? Illegal immigrants? I mean, I think that might be the only area except for, dead people. There it is, dead people as well. We spent a lot of time in Philadelphia. But I just want to say this. I want to say that, winning is the best revenge. And I know you guys are hearing this from so many speakers. But this is just getting started. We need permanent infrastructure. We are going to come out, I'm going to go public with this in January, but we are going to relaunch and double down on the Pennsylvania Chase. We want to make Pennsylvania, this is my word to you here today, we want to make Pennsylvania the red wall, I'll use the left's words, make Pennsylvania the red wall that makes it so that Democrats cannot win another national election in my lifetime. Now, Governor Josh Shapiro, our governor in Pennsylvania, he's already announced he's going to be back out January 1 of 2025. He's going to be chasing requests. They're going to get prepared to chase ballots. The Democrats learn from losing. We need to make sure that we learn from winning. We need to figure out what worked and do more of it, what didn't work and stop doing it. And if there are problems out there, I'd encourage you, find a solution, get it funded, and go out and execute. I'll leave you guys with this. We may have won the battle,